All right, this one's going to be a little bit weird. I'm going to start off a little bit weird because I just put some more lipstick on, right? Because my lips were getting dry. Have y'all tried this? Ladies, this Ruby Kisses? I know. I went to the beauty store. This one is called Ruby Who, right? And I normally don't wear red lipstick, but I'm going to tell you something. I was putting this on and I smelled cinnamon. So the first, I don't know if I have lipstick on my teeth. Yeah, okay. The first couple of minutes, I was like, what is that smell? But then I had to reapply. Oh my God, it smells so good. So this is Beauty Store Ruby Kisses. If you guys see it, get it. I'm telling you, it smells really good. It smells like cinnamon or some kind of spice. So if any of you have it, just let me know what it is. Okay, so getting back to the vaccinations. So the moment that my doctor heard that I was going to Nigeria, she was like, you have to go to the travel clinic. And I said, for what? She said, vaccinations. And I said, well, can you just give me whatever I need? And she's like, I'm not a travel doctor. They always looking for some kind of hustle. You know, they always got doctors nowadays. I love them, but they extra. Just tell me, just give me, you gave me the needles before, give them here. But anyway, so I had to go to the travel doctor because there are certain vaccinations you have to get when you're traveling to different parts of Africa. Or I should say different parts in Africa, because I don't want my mom to kill me for using incorrect English, and that could very well happen. This may be my last video. Now, getting back to the vaccinations, okay? So, I can't tell you if other countries require certain vaccinations. I'm pretty sure that they all want you to travel with a COVID vaccination, because I already had that, so that was fine. I've had the booster and I've had the flu, because y'all know I'm about to go to Africa. I ain't telling y'all when, but I will post, okay? Now, but I was surprised when I met with the travel doctor. All the vaccinations that I had as a kid were almost null and void. Yeah, that kind of shocked me a great deal. I was like, what? So I have a medical summary here, right? It's got personal information. You see, this is a booklet, right, of stuff. And every country is a little bit different. But I'm going to tell you, I had to have the travel vaccinations. I've had to have, again, measles, mumps, and rubella. I've had the hepatitis A and hepatitis B vaccinations again. I also had to have typhoid vaccination, polio vaccinations, meningococcal meningitis, because you know I can't read. I'm not a doctor. And what they do is give you, like I've had the tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis, all of that, pneumococcal, all of these. See, it's a whole bunch of different vaccinations. And so the whole point is this: the moment that you know you're going, you know, let's say you've started, you set a date, you made your airfare in your hotel, that's finalized, because I'm trying to tell you at what point you should really jump on this. Right after that, and you've secured your hotel. When you secure your hotel and your flight, you basically going, okay? You have already made the appointment for the Nigerian visa. Just go ahead and call your doctor and see how you can get screened. Because first, this doctor actually did a screening to see where I fell, if I actually needed anything. And then more than likely, if you were born and raised in the States and you got these as a baby and now you're an adult, more than likely you're going to have to get all this all over again. And then you're going to have to get the yellow fever vaccination, because that's dominant in Nigeria. At one time it was dominant in Nigeria. This fever will, you know, it took people out. It really did. You know, it was devastating in Nigeria. So because they don't want it coming back on the continent, you will have to get a vaccination for it. And what's interesting about this one is the doctor actually told me it's going to make you sick. It can kill people when you get it, because it's the actual live culture. So with the virus. So, you know, you have to sign a waiver that you won't hold them at fault. But that's one of the vaccinations that you will have to get if you're traveling to Nigeria. Now, 2 or 3 days before you leave, you're going to have to take pills for malaria, because that also is still, pretty dominant over there. And if you get bit by a mosquito, you have the chance to run the risk of getting malaria. So you want to start the pills 2 days before you leave, 2 to 3 days before you leave. And the travel doctor is the one that gave me the prescription. It may be different for you if your doctor actually will give it to you. And then you take it once a day. You take a pill. And, you know, while you're in Africa, and then when you leave, you're on your way home or you're home, you're still going to take the malaria pill for 7 days after you come back. So that's another thing that you will have to think about. Now, I will tell you the only benefit is most of the standard vaccinations other than the yellow fever are covered by insurance, right? That was a huge benefit based off of what insurance you have. You might want to check first and see what's covered as opposed to what's not covered. Some of them, you know, may be a little bit more expensive if they're not covered. Like I can tell you the yellow fever may not be covered, but you got to check with your insurance and let them know why you need to get the vaccination and see if they're willing to cover any of that. They're also going to tell you that you can take stuff like Pepto-Bismol with you because you might get what's known as traveler's diarrhea. And my travel doctor gave me antibiotic, right? Because the food is different. So the spices and, you know, what they're using to cook may be different. I was told only drink bottled water, which is what I do while I'm there. And also, if I eat something, it can't be something like if I ask for a banana, it's got to be a banana and it's peel already sealed up. And I wash it, you know, and make sure that it's cleaned and I wash it with the bottled water. You're going to brush your teeth with the bottled water. I wash my face with the bottled water. So my husband has a case of bottled water already there, or 2 or whatever I'm going to need, and he'll replenish it as I move forward with bottled water if the hotel doesn't have bottled water. If you drink anything, make sure it's hot, no ice. Don't, you know, use ice because that's just like drinking the water in ice form, frozen form. And if you eat something, it has to be thoroughly cooked. So, not to scare anybody, you know, just those reminders will be really good for you to remember. On the way back, I did get the traveler's diarrhea because I ate the food that on the flight from Abuja coming to Germany, because that's the route I went, going to Germany on the way back, I got sick as a dog. And that's because I ate the food on that flight. It was only a 4 or 5 hour flight, and I should have remembered not to eat it. I wasn't sick the whole time. I felt great. But the food was prepared there, and what I ate was like a cold salad, and then I wound up getting sick, and I was down for like a week. I lost a couple of pounds, but, you know, we ain't going to talk about that. I try to find a bright side in every experience, and that was the bright side. I was like, ooh. While I was going through it, I was hurting. But afterwards, I felt pretty good. So those are some of the things that you have to remember. I took, when I had the traveler's diarrhea, I took the erythromycin. I knew I was going to have a hard time saying that, antibiotic, and it knocked it right on out. So the food was very delicious, but I'm going to tell you, it's very spicy. So my husband was telling him, don't cook with pepe for my wife. Take out some of the spices because you're killing her. And it was, I'm not used to eating spicy food. I can't handle it. So that was the only thing. But once they made the adjustments at the resort we were in, you know, everything was delicious. I loved it. So don't let this deter you from actually, if you're dating someone overseas, from going. I'm just telling you, get all your stuff done and in order before you make that trip so that you can enjoy yourself. Oh, for the mosquitoes too, there is spray with DEET that you can put on your clothes and then you use off, and that will cut I think I got like one mosquito bite or something like that the whole time I was there. But you spray your clothes and then you use the off to spray you. So, you know, those are some of the things you want to think about if you're planning a trip and what's involved when you're dating overseas and you want to go visit that person. Just take care of yourself too, because you do not, the whole point is to find love, not death. Okay? So enjoy yourself, in the words of my sister. Enjoy yourself. This is your girl, Erica. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, repost, share, and I'm out. I'll drop another video soon.